Did I answer it for you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? Oh, sorry. Maybe go ahead.
Oh, wait. I don't know how you saw that. I was wondering about social media and ballroom culture and like what's happening online. Are people like in different countries or different parts of the country here, and like what are those spaces like?
Well, we can give a round of applause to Vogue Evolution, the dance crew that took it to America's Best Dance Crew, because they like bridged this gap and opened up windows and doors for people like Tornado to go overseas. I think he's going to Paris or somewhere, to France, to go dance in Vogue. They have a ballroom scene in Paris. They always have kids. Japan. It's like, it's worldwide now. Like you go on YouTube and you search in Vogue, you see like little kids. They have little kids ballroom scene in Paris. I saw these little girls like battling and bending themselves better than I could. And I'm like, whoa. Shout out to Madonna too. Like, you know, so I feel like the ballroom is not so much, you know, sheltered anymore. It's more so now, like, it's becoming a bigger thing. Like, it's becoming worldwide. It's becoming more household now. Everyone's, you know, everyone wants to learn how to Vogue. If I tell somebody I know how to Vogue, the first thing goes, teach me how to do that. Teach me how to do that drop. See how you do that drop. How you do that drop. It don't hurt. It don't hurt.
So yeah, social media has been like a good platform that has just like opened doors, connecting countries and people who would never have even had access to Vogue before. So if you go on like YouTube, there's a mainstream channel called Ballroom Throwbacks, and that's one of the leading platforms for Vogue and for just the ballroom culture in general. They have online interviews of different figures within the ballroom scene. You get to see actual balls. You get to see behind the scene cameos of actual things that happen before and after the ball. So they have things called aftermaths, and you see like people's reviews and feedbacks off of like what actually happened during the night. So the use of technology has like really been able to take an underground culture and make it into a mainstream culture.
How do you feel about it becoming mainstream? Like, didn't a lot of the roots come from it being underground and like this sort of resistance? Well, I just want to know, like, how do they feel about it becoming mainstream? Like, is it losing a lot of its touch, not being underground anymore? Because I know it started like with resistance and like activism and like community-based help for somebody who was homeless or somebody who wasn't accepted in their family. So how is the transition from it being mainstream now or popularized changing things?
I feel like it's helping a lot, the ballroom culture, because it's letting them know that it's not just underground, because before underground they would think of it as all in the bad aspect, you know, they all drug users, you know, they all just, you know, all the bad stuff, all the negative, but now it's in the mainstream and they're seeing like, you know, the real raw talent of the people that come to the ball, like, you know, the ones that can create something out of nothing, like costumes and effects that will blow your mind out of this world. Like, how can you know, the creativity and the aspect of, you know, someone's mind. And
I think more so it's positive and negative, because of course positive is opening a lot of doors and things like that for people to create careers off of this, because there's a lot of people that are part of the scene who went from being homeless and, you know, going through a lot of struggles and things like that, and we're able to, you know, do things out of this. But it's also kind of negative too, because you have the ballroom scene, the ones who are basically in charge of the underground scene, who take it and make it shady now. They make it a lot harder for people to, you know, people with the real true raw talent to really get life. They make the ones who should be on top underdogs. And the ones who are underdogs, they make them on top. These are the ones that don't really have the real unique talent to be able to be on TV and do things like that and do shows and stuff like that. But being the fact that it's a girlfriend thing.
You can say it.
Yeah, being the fact that it's a girlfriend thing, they allow certain people to be able to just expand and do things that it's just not right.
I mean, so for me, when I think about it going mainstream, I equate it to how breakdancing, the breakdance culture was a underground culture that originated in New York and Harlem, Brooklyn, or one of the two. And now it's become mainstream. And when I see that as well within like the rave culture, that was like an underground scene, but now it's somewhat mainstream. You know, when I look at the ballroom scene, I like that it has been touched on by the mainstream, but the minus is you can easily go on YouTube and mimic the moves, but you don't understand the background as to why you're doing it. It's the originality within the piece, the component is missing. So you can just come up there and just, mimic somebody. A dancer naturally can just do anything, or when they see a trained eye, they can just do bodily moves. But if you don't know what you're feeling behind the movements, it doesn't make the connection. You lose that piece behind it, and that's the integrity piece that comes with, that's the integrity piece that you lose because of it being so mainstream.
Yeah, we watch and witness like a lot of artists, their videos and things like that. They would take and imitate a lot of things that we've done, and it's like it's kind of discrediting us because it's like these are things. Some of the stuff that we do are just naturally is unique because it's ours. Like a lot of people can't imitate the things that we do. Like you're known for something that you do. Like that's how you create your image in the scene. So when you you watch videos like Beyonce videos or something, and you see a certain head movement or a certain dance, like an 8 count, and you looking like, okay, I know this is something I do. Like it's like it's kind of like okay, it's like we don't really get too much credit for things like that, and that's the thing that I really don't appreciate.
Okay, we had a question over here and then right here.
Well, forgive me with social media, and it's funny how this thing has come full circle because it's always been socialized. Before the gay community ever became a community within themselves, they used to call them cabarets, and the gay folk, Pendavas and all of them, they were actually giving cabarets for a room full of heterosexual people who used to come, and they get the favors, they bring their food, and they sit there, they eat, they drink all night, and the gay folk would put on a show. The other thing is that what I really see the negative side of it is that everybody's making money off of it but the people who invented it. Like when they say Madonna, when they say Madonna, I want to throw up because, I'm not envying her. I'm glad she did what she did. She took a handful of them and did it. What I would like to see come out of the gay community, especially the underworld, with the balls and things in the houses, is that somehow they come together and organize it so people can stop abusing them and using them, and they can go out there and take their own art form and make people pay them for what they're really, truly worth. Because what you guys do and what you girls do that's hard. Like you said, people, you can go on YouTube and see, I said, oh, they're not doing nothing. I said, if I had, back then they wouldn't even get a 9. See, back in my day, they got 8, 9s, and 10s. They wouldn't get an 8.5. So, so my point is that I hope that someday you guys, the reason why I ask those questions of you is because, number one, there are still a lot of people in the ballroom scene who've been there for 2,000 years that need to go.
Yes.
I've always said this. I wrote this in a blog and everything years ago. And I think we need to stop stifling our young people and lift them up. And give them the opportunity to do something and bring the houses back to its original form of what it really truly stands for, because the houses were nothing negative. They were something positive. Young, gay kids from all denominations of life are thrown out of their mainstream, and mainstream was their families. Because for a black person to have a gay child in their family, it was like swimming up river with an anchor on your neck. They didn't have nothing to do with you because they had enough problems getting jobs and fighting all the other legal stuff that we had to fight for as people. So I just would hope that one day that you all guys would come together and find a way to organize it so that, what's your name again with that hat on? What's the freelancer and you were the one I saw up there. Yeah. See, maybe sometime we got to stop doing things for free, stop doing things in public, unless you're supporting something. And I hope you guys come tonight at 7 o'clock because I can give you a long history of how even the Fireball started from. You gave part of the reason why it started, but we have a lot of history that we can share with you, and I think it needs to be shared because that's one of our problems as black folks is we don't share and we don't share and we don't write down our histories. And I think that tonight maybe we can be able to get a little bit more insight on what a lot of this stuff was actually birthed from.
The original new form of the houses. So when we reference the houses, we're referencing like the houses like the house of Balenciaga, the house of Chanel. So that's what it's called, the house. So these infrastructures were created to take in like young kids that would be kicked out of their home. So it was not an actual house. It was more so a group of people, a support system that you would
people
be
in one apartment.
Yes. So it would be like a support system somewhere that you could go to if you was ever in need or if something ever was to happen to you. So they had this system where it was like a mother and a father, and you would go to them. You would tell them what was going on. If you had stresses or problems, not all negative things, but good things are produced from it as well. So that's where the houses originally formed from. It was just like your clique, your posse. This is my family that I go to if my biological family does not accept me.
But then in 2015, you have certain houses now that's built around a lot of shade. They don't take just anybody. You got to be built for some of these houses because all houses don't accept just anyone. You got to fit that criteria. You got to be that person for that house. The Ebony have a certain style.
That goes with the different tiers of houses too. So because different houses represent different things. Okay. So of course, so you think about when you're comparing it to a basketball team, it's much more harder to get on the Lakers as opposed to another team. I ain't gonna say any other team I want to say.
Right. We got a question right here, then Mr. Creel.
Well, I have a comment. The performance I have it earlier because I know that a lot of the students will be going to class earlier than the 4 o'clock time limit. So I thought we may move the performance up before they leave. I'm sure that what you're talking about.
So we've pretty much covered everything. Before we go into the performances, we haven't really talked about the music and where the music comes from. When the average person hears, somebody who's not in the scene, hears Vogue, they think Madonna Vogue, and that's the music, but I'm sure it sounds completely different than what you guys are dancing to. So who are the people behind the music?
Oh, different DJs, different. Yeah. So ballroom music is more so like house music. It's like a combination between techno and house music. So some of the DJs that's like DJ Mike Q, DJ Vaughn Allure, Angel X, DJ Carlton. Those are some of the people that you can. God bless you. Those are some of the people that you can go on YouTube. You type in their names. You can listen if you want to. If you want to do a little bit more background and just hear some of the music that they're referring to.
And it just makes you want to move.
And then also you have someone commentating on the mic. You have someone talking, commentating on the mic while the music is playing. You have someone saying, chanting, just saying whatever. And then also that makes you also feel it. If you have a good commentator that's making you feel it, you just pay everything and then you just start feeling the beat. That's how I feel when I feel. If I have a commentator and he's I say summoning the demons out of me, I'm going crazy. You just be oh my gosh, it really feels like he's calling something out of you, or she, calling something out of you that's just bringing that part of you that you just want to just let out, unleash the beast. You just want to go crazy. So that's how I feel.
Actually, as a moderator, can I squeeze a super quick question in before you? I just want to go back to something Scooda said about the globe and ask about the geography of the scene, especially locally in Newark. Where does the scene go down? Where's the ballroom scene happening in Newark?
So, great question. Great question. So, the African Globe was located downtown Newark, and that probably have been in existence.
The Globe been open forever.
Yeah, it's been open since maybe 10 years before I even knew about its existence. But that venue actually closed down after 2010. It was about like 2010. And after that, Newark LGBT nightlife scene hasn't really been the same ever since. So they've had like venues that will pop up here and there, but nothing has really been consistent as far as like LGBTQ nightlife within the Newark community. They've tried to have like something consistent, but nothing hasn't really been as consistent and as long as, I mean, maybe the Globe, other than Murphy's that I know about, that has like longevity within the Newark community. Other than that, they're trying to, the Kiki scene was the prevalent scene in Jersey for a while. That's where it was like a lot of action. If you went into ballroom action, that's where you would actually go. But now with the Fireball and other events that's being established and taking place next year, we're going to see a bigger prevalence of not only ballroom culture, but more of the LGBTQ nightlife scene.
Okay.
The old style of Madonnas, and these two have more of a new school style of Vogue, and that's with the style that looks very fast. It has a lot of gymnastics, a lot of flips, a lot of aerobics. And Tyra is going to walk a runway for you.
Oh,
guys.
yeah, I can do that in a skirt. I can do that.
What? Give me, ooh, ow. Give me, I. Give me, I want. Scooda. Balenciaga. Take me back to the old town way. Take me back to yesterday. Take me back to the old town way. Just take me back now. Eat Janaka, serve your vodka. Your body's in a battleground, bitch. Your body's in a battleground, bitch. Your body's in a battleground. Eat Janaka, serve your vodka. Your body's in a battleground, baby. Your body's in a battleground, baby. Your body's in a battleground. D.I. Bond. Mindy.
Imagine doing that, maybe about like 7 to 8 battles.
Like battling someone now.
Battle with someone simultaneously. So it's a lot of energy, it's a lot of trained skill. So I mean, you can see the technique, that practice that it takes, and the discipline that it takes to actually, learn and to perfect your craft in order to, achieve the different art hierarchies that in the ballroom community.
And you can see that it's different for each person.
Yeah, we had a different style of Vogue.
So it's like your interpretation of how you want to express yourself. And, you know, as I was directing them, I was like, I was saying, oh, here's the new contender. So the commentator, which I was at the moment, they actually, they give the announcements, they tell the direction of they actually informing the crowd of what's going on. Right. So that's why I was saying, you know, now you guys judge and clap and stuff, that was like ending the scene. And so it just more so less like coordinating to what the guy is saying and the music and performances.
Just like as an idea, if you guys taught a class, I bet it would be full. Really?
I'm sorry.
See, the thing is we don't have like, you know, a lot of resources with venues and stuff like that. Because we have our own little dance crew that, you know, people see us perform and then they'll come, you know, pass us a card. We call ourselves the last minute crew because everyone always asks us to perform last minute. So we're going to call ourselves the last minute crew. So, you know, if you guys do want that and you guys have a space, we won't mind coming down here and teaching it.
Yes, we will.
I speak for the Women in Gender Studies Department. We would love for you guys to like have an event where you teach. And it would just be awesome.
We can definitely do that.
Another person from the scene, like maybe from New York or something, to come and help structure it. We can do a lot of stuff like that.
Keep in contact with.
And don't forget, you guys can come out Saturday to the Fireball and see a real live ball in person to get the actual experience of the ballroom culture.
You'll see all of us live in action.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm voguing.
You probably won't be like this. You'll be dressed in our costumes.
Yeah, trust me.
We'll be breaking it out. Be happy.
Once we affected, you won't even recognize us.
You had a question?
You guys are awesome, and
Thank you.
really respect what you guys do. And it looks like it's a lot of work.
You see us up here like,
exactly. It looks like it's a lot of work, but it's something that's beautiful. Like it's art, and I really, really, really do respect that. I think that is so awesome.
So imagine, right, that I'm the only 007 and all of these are house members, all in the same house, and I have to battle. I'm the only one now, and I have to battle all of them by myself.
So what a 007 means is a
free
term
agent.
Used as like a free agent. He doesn't belong to any particular team or house. So that's what the term 007 means. Or sometimes people say 007 or free agent. So right now, as a free agent, he can be able to scout different houses. He can see what's of interest to him on the market, what house he wants to join.
Just not Ebony.
She blacklisted me from her house, and she told them why I want to come there. They asked for me.
But yeah, thank you all for coming out. We had an amazing time. Thank you for having us. Looking forward to seeing some of you guys Saturday.
All of you guys Saturday.
Yeah. And once again, you guys can find some more information through WIT and the Women's and Gender Studies program. You guys can also go online on YouTube. You guys can type in Ballroom Throwbacks. You can find clips of all of us. You can just type in our name.
Mindy, if you type in Mindy Elite, I come up. A lot of clips.
And most of all,
and we want to give a special thanks.
Fireball is raising money for scholarships.
Oh yeah.
So you can go on COF Awards Newark. That COF stands for Circle of Friends. COFAwardsNewark.com and buy your ticket or give us a donation and look forward to our awards. And there is one award. I've been one of the lucky people. I was a dean here, a dean of students here some years ago, and there is an award under the Women and Gender Studies program in my honor, Dean James Creedle. So one of the awards given to students each year is the Dean James Creedle Award, and we give out at least 5 awards of $1,000 each. And so we'll be looking forward to your supporting our efforts. And the funds from the Fireball will be used to support that program. So thank you.
Hold on, James. As well, so you get a standing ovation.
And Marin!
Oh yes, and Marin as well, and Whit as well.
Thank you guys for performing. I was looking at my husband.
She walked in like, what do I win?
We're doing all of the heavy lifting.
Oh yes, give Christina. John.